Look, there are numerous issues that affect our young people: drug and alcohol, mental health, and one that some people forget is housing affordability, which is a huge issue for our young people.
I think domestic violence is out there. I think kids are disrespected. There's in the outreach programs right across the country, there's a real hopelessness. I don't see any prospect for them. We as a society push them away from us and they come back harder. I set up Youth Off the Streets in the late 80s and the early 90s in particular, when I was reading newspapers that talked about hundreds of wild kids in the inner city of Sydney. They were wild, but they really respected me because I visited them in jail, did their first aid, fed them every night. So with my passion for these most disadvantaged young people who no one could engage at the time.
So since Father started the service with that real homelessness and crisis response, the organisation has just magnified. We're across 3 states now. We provide outreach services, many schools. There's a big youth service called Kosh Centre out in Macquarie Fields. We've got all of our homelessness services as well, and an Aboriginal services team. We just find that the numbers are ever increasing of people who need support.
There's a lot of different situations that a young person might be experiencing that lead to the need for our support.
We can pretty much assist a young person wherever's needed. It could be linking them in with some specialist services like a mental health service, or getting them into employment, assisting them getting a job. And we house homeless young people 16 to 21 years of age. So that's young people that often don't have anywhere to go and to stay, and so we will accommodate them for as long as need be to get back on their feet, to move back in with family or move in with significant others, or maybe get their own rental apartment.
So what we have here is a whole range of accommodation options that can take them right through the spectrum, from crisis to medium term to long term, and then independence.
So while Youth Off the Streets wider programs focus on the crisis point, or that point where that young person is going through something really intense, whether it's sleeping rough or whether it's complete family breakdown, our schools program focuses more on early intervention, assisting a young person before they hit that point, being able to identify maybe something's going on at home, maybe their mental health is not optimal at this point, and we're able to then go, okay, who's able to help? The teachers, the parents, where can we involve them before they hit that crisis point?
Outreach is used to engage with young people out in public places, and the purpose is to establish trust and relationship with young people and encourage them to access the current services and programs of Youth Off the Streets. The way we identify hotspots within communities is based on community consultations. So we meet with the police, the local Member of Parliament, local businesses, community members, any young people that we might see in public places, help us get a good idea of where the hotspots are within those communities.
We're all about keeping young people off the streets. We want to get into young people's lives at that really early stage to ensure that homelessness is not an issue moving forward.
A journalist asked me the other day, how do you deal with that incredible trauma? I said, watching the ones that we succeed with is the only way I could have kept going here.